welcome back to the next session of the connective tissues. Okay, so today we are going to start the connective tissues. In the previous video we have completed the epithelial tissues, whether it was a simple epithelium or the compound epithelium. Now let us start the connective tissues with a good spread that here given about the connective tissues, that is given for the complete distribution, like what are the types of the connective tissues, okay, and what are the how many type of the connective tissues, and as well as like tissues will be having what type of the fluid or the cells, that all is given in this one. So first of all let us discuss about the in basic detail, and then we will come with this flow chart, then we will understand this one. Our motive is to completely understand this complete flow chart. Okay, so to understand this flow chart we have to cover the basic details, basic understanding. Okay, so that let us start with, for that is given here, like what are the connective tissues. First of all we should know. Okay, so the connective tissue is what the term is indicating. The meaning of the connective is to connect the two tissues, to connect the two other tissues, like the upper one is the epithelium and lower one would be the muscular. So that is why the connective tissue is in between the muscular as well as the epithelial tissues. So the basic term for this is actually, it is most abundant among the animal body. Okay, so it is most abundant. Okay, most abundant tissues. Second feature is it is widely distributed, means it is actually present everywhere. Okay, it is widely distributed everywhere into the body. Okay, widely distributed, and it is mesodermally originated. The three germ layer we have seen, among them the middle one was the mesoderm, so it is originated from the mesoderm layer. So we will write here it is mesodermally originated. Okay, and next important term for it, that it is highly vascularized. Highly vascularized. Okay, next is that it is helping in linking and the support. So that is why it is named as a connective. So we will write here it is showing the linking and support, or linking or the supporting tissues. Okay, linking and the supporting tissues. Okay, so these are the basic features for the connective tissues. Now let us see about the how many type, what is actually present into the connective tissues. So first of all let us see about the connective tissues. This is the connective tissues which is having the cells, and in the cells we are having some ground substance, like simply we can call it as a matrix, because in the matrix the cells will be embedding. So matrix is having the cells arrangement. Okay, so the matrix is having the cells, and these cells are, simply we can call it that the cells are actually embedded into the matrix. So in the matrix what is present? In the matrix we have seen it is having some ground substance, as well as some protein fibers, Okay, so simply if you will understand that matrix is what? Matrix is the combination or a fluid in which some protein fibers are completely scattered everywhere. So that will make the matrix, and these protein fibers is completely we can say spreaded everywhere, but where it is spreaded, that area is having some semi fluid or we can say some semi fluid which is made up of the mucopeptide or the mucopolysaccharide. Okay, so let us see, it is having the semi fluid, it is the semi fluid, and it is mucopolysaccharide. Okay, so mucopolysaccharide, or in our NCERT this mucopolysaccharide word is actually given in the form of a polysaccharide only. So don't get confused from that, it is actually the modified mucopolysaccharide. Okay, and then in the connective tissue, which is the protein fibers, is actually having the two, that is the collagen and the elastin. Collagen fiber and the elastin fibers. Okay, so collagen fibers is what? Collagen fibers will be having what type of the color as well as what type of the tissues it is present, what type of the bundles. It is actually white. Okay, it would be the white, and it is found in the bundles form, found in bundle. Okay, I will explain you on the different mode so you will understand better, as well as the slide also will be good. Okay, so protein fibers will be having the collagen fiber as well as the elastin fibers. Okay, so the collagen fiber is actually having the white fibers. It is white. Okay, as well as it is arranged in the form of bundle, not a single one. It is arranged in the form of a bundle, but in the elastin it would be in the form of complete thread like structure, or we can say like individual elastin fiber would be present. Okay, but in the collagen fiber we are having the bundles. Okay, we are having the bundles. Okay, as well as it is unbranched also. It is unbranched, while in the elastin fibers, it is yellow. Okay, as well as it is not in the bundle, it is individual. Okay, I hope you will understand about the individual means single thread like structure would be there, and it is branched. If it is branched, so you can understand it will provide the flexibility. If it is branched, so it will give the flexibility. Okay, so for example, like if any one thread is there, so in this if the branching is present, so the branching will give it the flexibility. And in the unbranched means and bundle means there would be the complete thread like structure which is making a complete long bundle, a bunch of a bundle, so it will give the strength. Okay, it will give the strength, not the flexibility. So that is what the basic difference between them. Okay, as well as in the collagen fiber, this is one NCRT line is given in one line is given in the NCRT, that is this protein fibers. Okay, in the NCRT it is given about the protein fibers, that it will gives the strength, it will give the strength, flexibility and elasticity. Okay, so these three given according to our NCRT lines. Okay, so what is the meaning of it here? It is actually given the strength will be because of collagen fiber, and flexibility and the elasticity is because of the elastin fiber. Okay, this is not mentioned in the NCRT, but this particular line meaning I hope that you will understand now. Okay, now let's see about the cells. Okay, now the next term given in our flow chart, that is the cells. We have seen the protein fibers, which is two, that is a collagen and the elastin, and the ground substance which is semi-fluid or the mucopolysaccharide, as well as it is actually secreted or synthesized by the fibroblast cell. So I will write here that ground substance is secreted by the fibroblast cells. Okay, here the fibroblast cell will give the synthesization for the complete ground substance as well as for the protein substance. So simply if I write here for the matrix, that it will provide the matrix is because of the fibroblast cells. So the fibroblast cell will be responsible for the synthesization of ground substance in which the protein fibers are present, which will give the strength, flexibility to the complete matrix. Okay, now let us see about the cells. What are the cells present into this matrix? What type of the cells would be available? So first of all, in the cells, in case of the cells, we are having the fibroblast cells. Fibroblast cells, which is actually synthesizing this fibers, okay, as well as the ground substance. Okay, so this is the first one, which is the fibroblast cell, and then we are having the some macrophages. We are having some macrophages, which is also known as histiocytes. Okay, it is not given in the NCERT, but if you will understand, if you will read it, so remaining other questions will be easy for you to crack. Okay, third type of the cells will be the mast cell, also known as mastocytes. Okay, also known as mastocytes. Then fourth type of the cells would be present, plasma cells, which is also known as cartwheel cell, also known as cartwheel cell. Okay, and the next would be the adipose cells or adipocytes. So simply I am writing here adipose cells, which will be specialized for the synthesization of fat. Okay, so now first of all we should know about these four, so we can understand about the function of them. Fibroblast cell is for what? Fibroblast cell will secrete the matrix, as I told you already. It will help in the synthesization of the matrix. Okay, and the next is the macrophages. Macrophages also known as the histiocytes. Okay, so the histiocytes function is, it is phagocytic in the nature. Okay, it is phagocytic in the nature. Okay, so phagocytic nature in the sense it is having some this type of the structure. So if suppose any antigen or any bacteria or any pathogen is available, so what it will do, it will increase its pseudopodia, and it will do like this, change its structure, and it will make the pseudopodia towards the spread its pseudopodia towards the bacterium, and then will try to engulf it. Okay, and will try to engulf it. It will come inside, so it would be digesting, and then here would be some lysosome cells also will be present. Lysosome would be present, which will be helping in digesting this bacteria. Okay, so I hope it would be clear now. It is phagocytic in nature, so phagocytic function we have seen. Next is the third cell, that is the mast cell. Mast cell is actually having the irregular ovoid shaped cell, and it is basophilic granules. Means simply you can understand it like it is having the cell. It is actually the cell in which some granules are present at the periphery or in the center. So these are the granules. Okay, these are the granules. So in the human health and disease chapter, we will understand about the immunity. In that we will understand basophil, eosinophils, neutrophils. These are the three granulocytic cells, and remaining all will be the agranulocytic cell. Among those three, one is given in this chapter, so we are reading it here about the basophilic or the mast cell. Okay, so the mast cell function I will show you in the lower page downside. So basophil are actually important, so I will take it here. It is a basophil which is secreting the histamine. Okay, and heparin, as well as the serotonin. Histamine, heparin and serotonin. So these three are actually important. So histamine means, if the histamine is secreting by the basophil cell, then what would be the function of it? Histamine is actually at the time of the allergy, if we are getting any inflammation at the site of the injury, if we are getting some raddishness, we are getting some itchiness. Okay, some like chill condition is there. So that is all because of the histamine, which is present in the form of a granules into the basophilic cells. So these, at the time of the allergic reaction, the basophils will secrete the histamine, which will cause the inflammation. Okay, so it is the inflammatory substance. Okay, it is the inflammatory substance produced during the allergic reaction. During the allergic reaction, histamine is secreted by the basophil cell, which will cause the inflammation. Then next is the heparin. Heparin is what? It is a natural anticoagulant. So coagulant in the sense, coagulant will cause in the no accumulation of the blood, no coagulation of the blood. Okay, so that is why it is named as a anticoagulant. Okay, and then the third one is the serotonin. Serotonin is what? It is a vasoconstrictor. It is a vasoconstrictor. These few terms we will about the vasoconstrictor and vasodilation, this is all we will study about these few terms into the excretory chapter. Okay, excretory product and their elimination. In that chapter we will see about in the detail about the RAS mechanism. So in that the serotonin, heparin, histamine, all three function we will see there also. Okay, so I hope this basophil, this third one would be clear to you now. Now the next one is the plasma cell, which is actually its function is to produce the antibodies. Okay, its function is to produce the antibodies or to synthesize the antibodies. Okay, so here, and then next one would be the adipose cells. Adipose cells we know very well, it is having a cell which is completely filled with the fat and very small nucleus would be at the one side situated. Okay, there would be a very small one nucleus and rest of the cell is completely filled with the fat only. Okay, so that is what the like adipose cell. One important thing about the adipose cell is it is actually, adipose cells are actually modified fibroblast cell. It is modified from the fibroblast cell. So this is actually the reason that adipose tissues or the adipose cells is also known as a specialized cell, because it is fibroblasts. It was a fibroblast cell which is modified and converted into the adipose cells. Okay, so that is what the specialized thing into it. So that is why we will call it as adipose cell. As in our NCERT also in the summary you will find the adipose cells into the specialized. Okay, so that is the reason here. Okay, now the next term is, now let's see about the other type of the cells. Okay, now we will see about the cells, type of the cells of the connective tissue. This is what we have seen, that what could be actually present. Let us summarize this term, then we will go to the type of the cells. Okay, so first of all we have seen about the connective tissues. Connective tissues on the basis of its function. Okay, so like what is actually present into the connective tissues, that is what we have seen. Maybe it is having the matrix as well as some cells which is present into the matrix or embedded into the matrix. So the matrix as well as the cells is present. Okay, so the matrix is having the fibroblast cells, okay, which is secreting the ground substance as well as the protein fibers, and the protein fibers would be the collagen fiber and the elastin fiber, while the ground substance would be the semifluid and the mucopolysaccharide. In our NCERT, mucopolysaccharide is given in the form of a polysaccharide only, so don't get confused from that term. Okay, so I hope it would be clear now. And the cells which we have seen, fibroblast cell, we have seen macrophages. Okay, we have seen the mast cell, we have seen plasma cells and adipose cells. Okay, so these are the few cells which will be actually embedded into the matrix, and the matrix is secreted by the fibroblast cell, and this line should be very clear to you according to our NCERT. What is giving what? Achha, collagen and the elastin fiber is very important. Now let us see about the flow chart with the help of this. Now I hope it would be little bit clear to you. It is not completed, but even we should know. Connective tissue, we have seen the complete proper connective tissues here, that is areolar tissues which we have seen all the cells, adipose tissues which we have seen fat cells, white fibrous tissues and the yellow fibrous tissues which we have seen cartilage and the elastin. White fibrous connective tissues is the collagen, yellow would be the elastin. Okay, and reticulate means there would be the branching in the sense that yellow one only. Okay, adipose which was storing the fat, and areolar which was the WBCs which we have seen, WBC, fibroblast cells, etc. These all would be in the areolar tissues. Okay, now let's see that what is given the strength to the cartilage, to the connective tissue. That was because of the skeletal tissues. In the skeletal tissues we will see the bone and the cartilage. Okay, bone and the cartilage, while the vascular tissue means there would be the blood which is fluid. Vascular means here fluid, okay, and that would be the blood and the lymph. Okay, so these two, as well as in the cartilage, three type of the cartilage we should know: hyaline cartilage, fibrous cartilage, as well as the calcified cartilage. And white and the elastic fibro cartilage, already we have seen these two are similar to these fibrous cartilage only. Okay, and in the bones we have seen the spongy and the compact bones. Okay, I hope now this would be much clear to you. Like before, when we have seen that time it was not clear, but I hope it would be clear to you. Now let us see about the type of the cells. Okay, type of the connective tissues. Types of the connective tissues. Types of connective tissues is actually talking about the different type of the cells. Okay, so what are the different type of the cells, as we have seen into the flow chart, that it could be the loose connective tissues, it could be the dense connective tissues, okay, dense connective tissues, it could be the specialized connective tissues. Okay, it could be the specialized connective tissues. So let us start with the loose connective tissues. Loose connective tissues, further dividing into the two here, that was actually areolar tissues. We have already studied about it. Areolar cells or the tissues, or the adipose cells or the tissues. Dense connective tissue, we have seen dense regular, or either the dense irregular. Dense irregular. In the specialized connective tissues, we will see the blood or the lymph, both we will study. Okay, and we will see the bones as well as the cartilage. Okay, so bone and cartilage is actually not in the detail given in the NCERT, but even we should know about the bone and the cartilage, very important one, because these two actually with the help of the diagram, if we will understand, it would be better for us to clarify our all the doubt. Okay, in the dense regular, again we have to see about the tendon and the ligament. Okay, it should be the tendon and the ligament. For this tendon and the ligament, I'll give you one code word which will help you a lot. From bone to bone, there would be the tendon, and from bone to muscle attachment, there would be the ligament. Sorry, I did wrong. From bone to bone, there would be the ligament, and bone to muscle, there would be the tendon. So tendon is actually giving the attachment of bone with the muscle, and the ligament will help in the attachment of one bone to the another bone. Actually it is present into the joints, because we have seen that there would be the two bones. Suppose here we are having the bone, one bone will attach to the another one. Okay, so this is the one bone, and here would be the another bone, and these two bones will be attaching with the help of the fluid. Synovial fluid is present, we studied that synovial fluid will be present into synovial membrane and then synovial fluid, but here only we are having the ligament attachment. Okay, these are actually the ligaments which is helping the attachment of these two bones. Okay, it will only help with the attachment of the bones. Okay, so these are actually what, this is the ligament which is giving the strength as well as the little bit flexibility to the bones joint. Okay, so I hope it would be clear to you that what we have to study about the connective tissues in this one. So areolar and adipose, already we have seen little bit more information I'll give you. Dense regular and irregular and the specialized, these two we will see into the next part of the video, and I hope it would be clear to you, and rest of the video you will be curious to study about that also. And if you are reading all the videos and if you are watching all the videos, then please do subscribe So you will get the notification that which part, next part will be coming soon, and it will be on your screen in your notification bar. Okay, so it will be better if you will do subscribe, and it will be helpful for you to understand the complete chapter. Okay, and write in the comment that what are the mistakes I am doing into it. If any mistakes would be there, I will try to recover it to make a better video for you and to make yourself too much understandable with this chapter. And in the last we will solve the questions also. If you will be able to solve the question, that means I became successful in making you understand of this chapter and the topics. Okay, and now thank you, and be connected with the other notifications also. Okay, thank you.